that you can have it, because sometimes if you're sitting, say, in a shack in the middle of the desert, you you really have to have something else to draw on, that your reality could be different. As a child, I used to get a piece of, it was a beer bottle in that time, of green, broken glass. I'd put it on my finger. Oh, isn't this beautiful? Oh, I love my emerald ring. Oh, it was a piece of glass. But then years later, I got my emeralds. So it's how you see yourself, how you allow yourself to have it, and to just really feel joy in your heart at having it. And when I opened my business, I was in tears really, because clients came and I said, well, gosh, you're giving me more money to manage than when I was with the brokerage firm. And they said, well, this is yours and we trust you. So it was just so appreciative and so filled with gratitude and joy. And I think that's the key, that's the secret, is whatever brings you joy, you attract it. And sometimes I see Gianni Versace in my house, because it's exquisitely beautiful, I think. And he enjoys it too, and I love him to bits. So I think it's anything you love, you can really attract and bring it to you. So I think a lot of mistakes people make when they try and manifest is just thinking about it. But to really attract it and bring it in is to have love and joy in your heart. And that also is a lot of people say, I want to meet my soulmate. Well, first of all, be that person. How can you attract tall, dark and handsome, intelligent, with pots of money, a big heart, lots of laughter and joy, and also be a humble person? How can you attract that person to you if you are not that person? So we all try and get things out there. I want this, or a man, I want the perfect model-like woman, but she's also warm and nice and this and that. Well, are you that? So it all starts with us, it all starts with how we are and how we live our life, how we're being, and that's what we'll attract. So yes, you can have anything in the world. God gives to everybody, and we all deserve it. You don't really have to earn it, and it doesn't matter if you've done things in your life you're not proud of. You can make amends for them. God doesn't discriminate, and we're all lovely, beautiful souls. And just in our ignorance, maybe we did things we, are not proud of now. All of us have. It's only many people cover that up. So the key is attracting, feeling it in your heart. And I know when I did my stockbroker's exam, in addition to making the tape, I wrote on a piece of paper, I think 100 times, I deserve to be a stockbroker. I deserve. And as you're writing, lots of things, all the voices, my mother's voice comes up. You don't deserve it, you're too old, you're this and this and this, and who do you think you are? And so all these voices will come up, and you just say, well, thanks for sharing. That's your opinion and that's your reality, but I'm shifting mine. And so you can. I have. So you can too. There's nothing stopping you. So feel it in your heart, and really you can create any reality. I mean, I went from living in the desert in the backwoods of Australia to materialistic Hong Kong, which is totally different. So started as a secretary, then became a stockbroker. And so that's completely from, nothing to complete materialism. And then, so I think it was two extremes. So then moving to California, getting more into balance, the spiritual with the material. And they're all fine to have, because I see a lot of spiritual people, it's bad to have money. No, it's not. It's the love of money. But it depends what you do with it. If you don't have any money, you can't share with other people. So money is good and to share, and love is great. The more love you have, the more you can share. So, have both. And then coming to London, I think I got a little more grounded and, but you can have both spiritual, material, and live and be really happy. I hear a lot of people who don't have money. Oh, rich people are really sad. Well, some are. A lot of poor people are sad. But you can have both. You can have a lot of money and you can also be very happy. There's absolutely no limitations, only the limitations we ourselves put on us. And if you set your goal and are clear on what you want, feel it in your heart, and it will come to you. I mean, if you say you want a red Ferrari, all of a sudden you'll be seeing red Ferraris all over the place because you're focused on that. Like my Versace, I felt the silk on one side and the velvet on the other side, and I'm very tactile, so I love the feeling of fabrics. And I'd really just feel myself just soaking up the joy. And so now I can do it every day in my own house, soak up the joy. And it's whatever makes you happy. Not me, not anyone else. So look deep into yourself and what do you really want and what would bring me joy. And a lot of us go, well, if I had, 10 million in the bank, I'd be really happy. But what is the 10 million giving to you? What do you really want underneath that? Because, a lot of us, we win the lottery, but that money goes because consciousness hasn't risen up to that degree where they can really have it, although the money's in the bank, it quickly disappears because, there's some doubt. Do I deserve it? Am I worthy? And so the universe is an amazing teacher. If you focus on what you do want, then that will come to us. But at the same time, when we focus on what we don't want, if we're angry at somebody, we're blaming somebody, we're sitting in a factory and moaning and thinking I can never get out of here, you will really stay there because that's what you're focusing on. But in any circumstance, you couldn't be in a prisoner of war camp, and there's been amazing souls who, even though they were in that physical situation, saw something better. And when I was in Australia at 12 years old, walking down the hot, steamy sand with no shoes and looking at the mine dump, there must be something better than this. And I had a flash. What I didn't know at the time, it was Hong Kong. So when I sailed into Hong Kong, I was like, oh, wow, that's what I saw when I was 12, and I didn't know what it was. I meant to be here for a while, because my soul wanted to experience the polarity of the simple life, which was amazing, really, because you get very grounded to the earth. There's a whole pulse in the earth, and you're just enjoying the desert, the trees. Every day I used to water the fruit trees, and the soil was very rich, so the fruit trees were very abundant. And so really I think that was so amazing, connecting to the earth. But I knew I wanted to experience something different. And so that brought me to Hong Kong. I mean, really on an oily rag, you might say, because I had very little money and I just bought my fare and trusted the universe. And I worked in London a year and saved my money and went on a ship to Hong Kong, arriving with nothing, really. So you can do anything if you really want it to be so. And when I changed my job from being a stockbroker, I wanted to write my books so I could wear more interesting clothes, not be so serious. And so I just saw myself being an author. And I am. And then Penguin bought my first book from Random House. So, things just go on if you see that you can have it in your life. And I have 5 children and I visualized every child. And so I have 3 boys and 2 girls, and I really visualized them and spoke to their soul. And so I felt I knew them before they arrived. And that was the most truly amazing experience, giving birth. It's just incredible, the joy of seeing this beautiful young baby. They smell so delicious, and childbirth. A lot of people say it's so painful, but I really went with the pain and refused to have any injections or anything, just the laughing gas, which I needed. And so you can draw whatever you want to you. Try it. It's such fun. And when you see something arrive, it brings you joy. So enjoy life and enjoy creating and manifesting. It's great fun. I love it to bits, and I love my house. Thank you, Jenny.